Hi, this is Spencer Clark with Omega Custom Tackle, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Omega Pro Mega structure fishing jig. This jig has a real unique head design on it that allows it to come through those deep water brush piles when you're fishing those deep water ledges, those deep water humps. The underside of this head is flat, so whenever it lands on the bottom, it's always going to land in the upright position, which is critical to mimicking the crawfish. The triangular design of the jig allows it to deflect off cover whenever you're pulling through those brush piles down there. As you can see, whenever you pull it through, it's always going to hit those limbs and deflect it so that the hook's not going to get stuck. You're not going to lose as many jigs when you're out there fishing this jig on down deep. Besides the head design on this jig, though, there's just a whole lot of other components that make this jig the ultimate deep water structure fishing jig. In this jig, you've got a super Gamakatsu ultra sharp hook that is really critical. It's really critical to have that extra sharp hook in your jig when you're fishing deep water. A lot of times when you've got a long cast out there and your jig's coming through that brush, you might not necessarily always feel that fish at first, and having that sharp hook in there can really put a couple of extra fish in your boat at the end of the day. The weed guard on this jig, just about all that you can ask for. It's stiff enough that it will keep the jig from hanging up when you're pulling through those brush piles, yet it's soft enough that whenever that fish does bite on there, you're going to hook them almost 100% of the time. The paint on the head of the jig is it really holds up when you're pulling through those brush piles across that rock down there. A lot of times when you're fishing deep, you're also fishing clear water, and having a silver head on your jig because the paint's worn away a lot of times leaves your jig looking pretty unnatural to the bass down there, and you're not going to get as many bites if that's happening. So the extra hard finish on these jig heads is really nice when you're fishing for those deep water clear water bass. And the horizontal line tie is another key element to this jig. A lot of times your jigs have these vertical line ties on them, which whenever you're setting the hook, they open up the bass's mouth a little bit more, which you really don't want happening when you're down there fishing deep. You want to make sure you're getting that hook as good as you can in the fish's mouth. So with the unique head design, allows it to come through the brush and come over those rocks when you're fishing really deep, and a sharp Gamakatsu hook and a perfect weed guard and an extra hard finish on the head, you've got the ultimate structure fishing jig in Omega's Pro Mega jig. Check them out today at www.omegacustomtackle.com.